It was very clear that the first time we ever looked at that model, it was going to be iconic. It was a very, very bold statement by the architect.
I don't recall ever seeing a railway structure, certainly in the UK, that looked anything like it.
It's the best of the past married to the best of the future.
The major driver really has been the restricted space in the current station. So at some point we had to do something about the concourse. However, constructing the new concourse was going to be another major challenge and potentially a major headache. King's Cross is a very busy station and a very busy interchange. Around 47 million people use the station every year, and over the next 10 years we see that increasing by up to another 10 million. And so one quickly appreciates that it's undersized and time for something bigger.
First and foremost, this is a railway station. This is crucially important to the transport infrastructure of London and of the nation, and English Heritage understands that very well. So it's a balance. It's a Grade 1 listed building, which means that it's in the top 8% of historic buildings in the country, so it's pretty special. And it's very important that the architectural quality of the new work should match the quality of the Victorian station.
So it was very much about looking forward but also looking back at the same time. Constantly we were looking back into the history of the station.
The design of the Western Concourse was also heavily influenced by the shape of the Grade 2 listed Great Northern Hotel.
Cubit's Hotel follows the line of the street, and then the new Western Concourse follows the line of Cubit's Hotel and basically fills the gap between the station and the hotel.
So indirectly, the original architect for King's Cross Station has had a part to play in the new Western Concourse. The designer has had to factor in the London Underground station. So a number of compromises or opportunities have arisen from our neighbours, particularly within the Western Concourse itself. We couldn't apply any direct loadings down through the middle of their new concourse.
If we had taken the conventional multi-columned solution, it would have ended up with a forest of columns in the London Underground ticket hall down below. That's why we reached out for the solution which spread the load all the way around the perimeter of the concourse, as realised in our semicircular solution.
And the design of the roof, as iconic as it is, was a major construction challenge. The main challenge was that the roof was not self-supporting until it was complete. Therefore, during construction, the whole of the roof had to be held up by a forest of scaffolding. And not until we'd actually got the last roof panel on could we start to take the load off, and we all held our breath.
When we first walked into the new concourse, I think everybody were overpowered by the scale of the space, the volume. That was a fantastic moment.
The strength and the boldness of the architecture has completely allayed any fears that I might have had first time round when I looked at it. And it is almost cathedral-like in its structure.
You can see the new and the old together. It's the 21st century grafted onto the 19th century.
Constructing the new King's Cross Concourse has been a great physical challenge, but perhaps the biggest challenge of all has been bringing along with us all the various stakeholders.
Everybody has had something to say about how King's Cross should be developed, and Network Rail have been extremely active in pulling this business partnership together, and that good relationship has been carried on all the way through the whole process.
and as well as a concourse space which is somewhere between 3 and 4 times the size. There's a lot more retail, more upmarket retail. But we've also provided a direct link through to the platforms via a new footbridge, so a far improved, far better travel experience. The regeneration of King's Cross Station, along with its sister station at St Pancras, has not only been the gateway to the redevelopment of the area, but has also been the major catalyst for that redevelopment.
The completion of the Western Concourse is the start of the handover of a whole range of new facilities and amenities in the King's Cross area. They'll be able to walk across brand new public realm, up our new boulevard and into the new square in front of the canal and in front of the old granary building, which is where Central St Martin's are located.
It's extremely exciting to be in such a development as King's Cross. The Fashion Hall is a very, very, very good space, very open plan, a lot of glass. When the new accommodation is built around here, I think it will really bring an artistic movement to the area.
What Argent are trying to create at King's Cross is something that is not a monoculture. It's not all commercial or all residential.
Camley Street Natural Park is a 2-acre nature reserve that's in the heart of King's Cross. Development in the business community has created lots of opportunities for us. It's quite a key element now within the King's Cross master plan, so the developers really see the benefits of having a nature reserve in such a built-up area, and it is quite a precious bit of green space.
At this time more than ever, public spending is under close scrutiny. But it clearly does make sense to invest in large rail infrastructure projects, particularly projects like King's Cross. Not only because of the benefits it brings to the travelling public, but because of the benefits it brings to the local economy.
It will also help all sorts of other parts of the country, all the way up the line, all the way to Edinburgh.
For us, we see this as a living piece of city, and the real legacy is going to be what's left in 10 years' time, or 15 years' time, or 20 years' time, when we've all done our bit and moved on, and the community is enjoying everything that we've created.